Sometimes I get questions like from people who were denied visa, and their question were like, "Yeah, Nana, the consular didn't ask me about my home ties," and my answer is always, "He asked you or she asked you. Probably you really didn't get the question." When a visa counselor asks you, "Who is sponsoring your visa? Why is that person sponsoring your visa? And what do you intend to do after school?" These questions are questions which are based on your home ties because they want to know your. Hello, guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and this is your boy Nana KB. In today's content, we are going to discuss about how to prove home ties during your US visa interview. There is a saying that every non immigrant is a potential immigrant. So, in this situation, the US regulation law allows the consulate officer to assume that you are going to stay in America after your B1, B2 visa is issued, your J1 visa is issued, and also your F student visa is issued. So he has the right to assume that, but it's only you that can prove to him or her that no, you are definitely going to come back to your home country after your tour, your studies, your medical, and any other reason that is contrary to a non-immigrant visa. So in this video, I am going to tell you how to prove your home ties to a consulate officer for them to know that definitely you are going to be back in your home country after you granting the non-immigrant visa. Stick and stay right here with me in this video as I'm going to tell you some more ways and how to answer your questions during that time to get your USA visa approved. Don't forget, this is a proof of intent. So upon giving these answers, the consular will be able to understand your intent after he or she has approved your visa, whether you are going to come back home, whether you are not going to come back home. As I said again, it is proof of intent. So you need to find a way to convince the consulate that definitely you are going to come back home after being given the F visa or the B1, B2 visa. Let your intention be known to the consular so that you get the chance to be approved of your visa. Let visa counselor ask you, who is sponsoring your visa? Why is that person sponsoring your visa? And what do you intend to do after school? These questions are questions which are based on your home ties because they want to know your intent after school, and also they want to know who is sponsoring you. They want to know whether you are financially okay back home. So these are the questions that they often ask. But since they didn't ask you directly, what is your home ties, probably you didn't get it. And let me give you a way of answering these questions. First of all, what do you intend to do after school? Your intention is to get a qualification to secure a job back home. And then again, they will ask to answer your questions about who is sponsoring your visa and why. You tell them your dad because, and why? Because he wants you to go get that qualification and come back to manage his business since it is a family business and he's a very person. Or if it is your husband that is sponsoring you, you just tell them, my husband is sponsoring me because He has no knowledge in the business that we are in. And since I have the accounting background, I need to go get the qualification and then come back home and run that business that we have. Automatically, you are able to convince your visa counselor with this kind of answers. Now we are going to discuss about the most important ways how to prove home ties. First, if you have a land, you can use that also to prove a home ties. In what way can you use the land to prove your home ties? You can tell the counselor that your plan is to return back to Ghana because you have a land in a prime area in Kumasi, Accra, Sunyane, anywhere in Ghana that the land is in a prime area, and your plan is to come back home after your studies or after your visit or after your conference to come set up a business on that land that will fetch you much more money. This alone will convince the officer to know, okay, yeah, his reason of coming back of his intent of coming back to the home country is very good, and he will also be convinced, or she also be convinced, that automatically with this kind of idea you're definitely going to come back. The second one I'm going to speak about is the family ties. You just don't go and say, I'm married, I have kids, I have a wife, I have a husband, and that is enough, or you have a parent. No, you need to prove to them beyond reasonable doubt that through these people you are going to come back home. And how are you going to do this? Example, if you are the oldest child of your parent, or if you are the breadwinner of your family, you have to explain to them that yes, these people in your family, whether your mother, whether your children, or whether your wife or your husband, they all depend on you, and by this reason you cannot abandon them and then live in another country. It will not be helpful for you, and it will not also benefit them. So in this way you can just also prove your family ties. Let your answers, as I said, be short and be precise. Don't explain more than 1 minute on a simple question. Just give straight answers, direct answers that will convince the counselor to give you your visa. When we say employment ties, what do we mean by employment ties? I mean, how is you living your home country going to compel you to come back due to your employment situation? Let me give you this example. Let's take it you are going to study on the F visa. What benefits or what will compel you to come back after your studies in USA? You just have to tell the counselor that you have been dreaming of working in so and so company, and upon you going to school to get that qualification, it will help you get your dream job back home. This is a very good point to convince them, because now you are just telling them now, okay, yeah, you want to work in a big company, and getting the qualification from the school in the United States will help them employ you. Or let's say you are already employed in a company. So in this situation, what you're going to tell them is like, okay, now you going to the school in USA will help you also get promoted from a promotion in your company. By so doing, you also need to take an employment letter from the company that to show the consulate that of course you have a stable job back home in your home country. So having a stable job back home in your home country means you are definitely going to return back to your home country after your completion of the conference or after your completion of your studies in the United States. So definitely this is where the clarifications comes in, They can even ask you, do you have an employment letter from your company? Then you have to show it to them if you have it, just to also build your points on this situation. So, as I said, there are a lot of people that are going for that interview, and you need to stand out by proving beyond reasonable doubt that you are going to come back home after your studies or after your conference or after your visit to the United States. So don't forget and to leave any documents. Don't also just submit documents. You need to give them a good reason and also good points that will make them convinced to get your visa approved. Since, as I said in the beginning, every non-immigrant is a potential immigrant. Prove beyond a reasonable doubt that you are going to. Proving your home ties is not necessarily just about listing your documents, your car, your house, your bank statement, or no. It's not. It's about trying to explain to the consular how beneficial and connecting is you leaving the country going to compel you to come back home, because you need to prove to them that after your visit, after your studies, after the conference, you're going to come back home, and the benefit that connects with you going to the conference or with you going to school. And don't forget, you are seeking this visa with some people too. So always try to prove beyond reasonable doubt and let your message be short and precise. Wishing you all the best in your USA visa interview. See you guys in my next video.